You're watching TelecomTV from ONS North America 2018 in Los Angeles. I'm joined now by Mats Carlson of Ericsson. Mats, thanks for joining us on TelecomTV today. There's been a lot of discussion here at ONS around cloud native, containerization, artificial intelligence, automation. There's a long list here. How are all these technologies influencing telcos as they start their evolution to 5G?
It's quite nice because I had a keynote in this morning and very much about the kind of infrastructure part of a 5G network today is really defined with a lot of open source products. I mean, the 5G journey has already started with like NFV, like SDN. Everything is kind of needed to build the kind of flexibility that is needed for a 5G network. And if you look on all these bits and pieces, most of them are built around open source products. So I think finally, the classical standard that used to be the kind of inheritage for telecom is now blended with open source actually to kind of speed up innovation, get kind of collaboration, etc. across the border. I think this is a very good. I think the whole forum, the whole Open Network Summit is a very good example of how we are working together.
There's also a lot of talk around the network edge and edge computing. We have been talking about this for a few years, but it seems to be a more serious talk now. How does edge compute fit into the 5G picture?
For a lot of the use cases that we are talking about that, for instance, require very low latency, like remote control, haptic control, augmented reality, I mean, you need actually to place the application on the workloads much closer to the user of the service. And of course, the operators are in a very good position because they have this kind of distributed infrastructure in place. So that is kind of, so for a lot of the use cases that 5G talks about, we actually need to distribute out applications on the workloads much closer to the end users. Otherwise, it will not work.
And you talked about the role of open source in the evolution to 5G, but why? Why is it so important that we focus on open source?
What I think open source is bringing, because telecom used to be like we standardize the interfaces, etc. And what open source actually brings to the table is speed and innovation for parts of the network that like on the infrastructure side that no company could do alone. So I think for that one, it brings speed, it brings innovation, but it also brings collaboration that we actually develop and do things together, which I think is awesome.
We talk an awful lot here about collaboration and the complexity of the network. As the network gets more and more complex, it seems like no one company can do everything themselves in silos. We need this collaboration and these fora.
Yes, and I mean, if you look on the kind of volume of technology innovation that is created by all this open source, I mean, no company could actually put all these efforts together by themselves. So I think it's great.
Right. Well, Mats, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.